getting through to artists who are just encapsulated by their addiction is very difficult for anybody. It's just that people that have been through that seem to have some ability to, I don't know, just think on their feet. I know I've done lots of different things where you go to a drug house and there's a musician, he's all high on drugs, and you kind of have to think on your feet and know what can this person hear and what would have an effect on them. The idea of getting a bunch of their family members together and reading a letter, and I'm not going to talk to you again. I've had some situations where I've watched that go on, and just doesn't work with certain free thinkers. It's just not going to work. The best one I know is the guy's a singer in a band, and they go around, and the band members are there, and the manager's there, and the family's there, and they, go around your typical intervention, and the guy's just sitting there, and he's saying, if you don't seek help, we your parents don't want to talk to you, and the band will be put on hiatus. And he got up and shook all his band members' hands and said, it's been good and nice working with you guys, and hugged his mom and dad and then left. And they all sat there going, and the guitar player said, what just happened? And the drummer said, I think our band just broke up. I always say your bottom is proportionate to your arrogance. So depending on how know-it-all, I was a very big know-it-all. And so your bottom will be proportionate to your arrogance and know-it-allism. And that seems to correlate. Some people are not as arrogant as I was, or some of my friends that have gotten sober, and so they don't need to go through all that hell and ongoing misery. Because as long as I thought I knew the answer to every question, I didn't have to listen to anybody else's suggestions or input. They would just, say, you should go to rehab, and I'd say, okay, but I'm only going for a week to detox. I don't want to talk to any counselors. I don't want any of that BS and that AA stuff. I just want to go and detox. And so right there, the guy shouldn't even go. The disease of addiction is a very complex thing. For us as addictionologists and doctors and counselors to just have the public just agree that it's a disease like any other disease, naive on our part, I think. Cancer is a disease that everybody understands. It's deadly. Addiction is so different. Although I know 100 times as many people that have died of addiction that have died of cancer, it just doesn't seem to equate to the public. It doesn't seem to register that addiction is a deadly progressive disease. So we're going to have to do a better job of educating them. But the death in the music business in particular is just a shame. I was reading the John Bonham biography a couple months ago. He's the greatest musician that ever lived. And he was dying in front of everybody for years, and nobody knew what to do. And hopefully that's not happening anymore.